Hello and welcome to our midweek conversation at First Baptist Sweetwater, where we strive to be the first responders of God's love. My name is Jerry Hendricks, and I'm here today in studio with Teak Hamilton, as usual, and here we are.
We are here.
It is a good feeling here, or a good feeling to be able to sit down with you and chat for a bit, Teak.
Yes.
Okay,
good.
so let's be honest. I'm out of sorts a little bit today.
Well, you had to go watch. Did Texas win?
Yes, Texas beat Kansas last night.
Well, good. Is Kansas good this year?
They're always good.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was quite a deal. We took a friend of ours, mutual friend, and it was fun getting to do all that kind of stuff and then blow back in here and get the week started.
All right. Yeah, it's Tuesday when we're recording. Normally we record on Monday, right. But I was out Monday, and then you're back Tuesday, and so now we can do it.
Yeah, it's teamwork, man.
Yeah,
that's all it is. This has been a busy week already. We had all of our leadership stuff last night. We're kind of turning the corner from our Summit series, kind of looking back on that, and look forward to hearing from some of our folks, getting some of their feedback and thoughts about how that all went and what we might do in the future.
Well, we got a lot of good feedback and got a lot of names for next year.
Oh, good.
They want to do next year.
That's great. Well,
so we just need to know what the price limit is on flights, flying somebody in.
Is Bob Goff's name on the list?
No, it was not. Since Bob hasn't returned my call, we haven't put him on the list yet. But we just want to know.
You're trying to snub him before he snubs you.
True.
Yeah. In true Teak form. Way to go.
He won't snub me.
Yeah,
I believe in him.
You should invite him to something significant like our season opener for softball.
Ooh. He could do like the Pledge of Allegiance or the National Anthem or something.
Yeah.
Or he could throw out the first pitch.
Oh.
There you go. That's a good idea.
That is a great idea. Mark that down. Get in touch.
Shoot him an email and see if he's
You got his number, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So, and I really haven't called him, so I'm not waiting on a call back yet.
Oh, okay.
But I will one day.
I feel misled just a bit.
Not now. I straightened it out.
You straightened it out. You fixed it just
and
like that.
And everybody else now knows.
Just like that, it's fixed.
It's all fixed. We're good.
Welcome to Teak's world.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, so, yeah, we finished up the series. It was fun watching and listening to Miles weave together those passages and parables. Parables are interesting when it comes to using them as a primary means of teaching. And I'm talking about our teaching, not so much from Jesus' perspective, but us using them. And what led into some of that was us studying future church and talking about how that can help guide the church, really, and kind of understanding better who they are and how they might reach others and be a part of God's kingdom work.
Definitely encourage creative thinking and being creative. One of the things said last night was what they loved about Miles was as he's teaching on that, it wasn't like way over their head.
Yeah.
Like it was something where you could have got very academic and gone ahead, but he brought it down to a level where we could understand. And he didn't speak as an academic; he spoke in a very pastoral voice. So that was good.
It was really good, and I think one of the things that we were striving for as we saw it develop, and then we talked about the development of a 3-week series, is that and you and I've talked about this, but not in a long time, I guess, just of the value of a fresh voice. And, so many times what we do, I feel like that we do a good job of when I'm absent, we bring someone in who's a really good speaker, but to be able to hear someone successively like that is altogether different. Right. And you build a little bit more rapport. I felt like watching the first week online at home when I had COVID was different, but by the last sermon, you're able to kind of jump in with him earlier, I think, in the way it's processed, because it is different than how you and I teach.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, you got used to his voice by then.
Right.
So,
well, there's a lot of other parables that we didn't talk about.
He didn't. Yeah, we're talking about them in youth. This Wednesday night, we're talking about the 3 bags of gold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. We're going to talk about talents and how we use our abilities for God's kingdom and to draw others into the kingdom.
Good. So the youth do continue through more parables until
Lent. And then at Lent we hit the 7 sayings of Jesus from the cross.
Okay. Yeah.
Which comes up in March. Ash Wednesday is almost here.
I think I've probably shared that drive time for me and mowing the grass are 2 times where I get some really quality thinking done, extended thought. And it dawned on me today that when Ash Wednesday seemed so far away when we started the year, it's right around the corner.
Yeah. We would have had it by now last year, right? Wasn't it like the 7th?
Close, I don't know.
I thought it was like February 7th or something last year.
Seems like it usually falls in February.
Yeah. But this year it's like the first Wednesday of March.
Yeah. So a lot of fun things for us in terms of getting into our faith experience and sharing life together that we'll be looking forward to and see what kind of plans we can develop for those different emphases this spring.
We did talk about chili cook-off last night. And
okay, so stop right there.
The chili supper, chili bowl.
What were the thoughts there?
They wanted to do it again. They got into conversation about beans, and they were all surprised when I said, y'all know I don't even like chili, right? And they're like, what? Well, then why'd you make a big deal? Because it got everybody excited about it. I said, to me, chili is Wolf Brand, and it's on Frito Power on a chili cheese dog. Other than that, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, so what I've learned from our folks, I've had some people talk to me about this whole deal about chili. And several of them have confessed to me that when they're at home, they put beans in their chili.
Ooh, hypocrites.
Hypocrites.
God sees what they do in the darkness.
Oh, brother.
So there's that.
I didn't expect you to go there.
And again, I don't care. It's fun to argue about and to explain, where Sam Houston falls on it. But I'm not going to eat it anyway.
I had chili twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
2 different chili recipes on Sunday.
Nope.
Sarah had made some, and I had some of that for dinner.
I had Wolf Brand for chili cheese dogs the other day.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Well, I bet it was.
It was. I've got leftover for Frito pie.
Well, that's just even better. I can tell you're excited about that. Well, so we start a new series on Sunday. It's going to be called Disciple. We'll be talking 4 weeks, sharing about really trying to think through what it really means for us in our culture today to be a disciple of Jesus. And through that, kind of also see the pilgrimage of the disciples through their calling and through their experience and distinguishing between those who were followers of Jesus and those who were actually disciples of Jesus. And then at the end, how Jesus entrusted the future kingdom of God to those who were his disciples. And so it follows a couple of familiar themes to us. I use this periodically throughout my time, but the idea that we ought to be disciple makers, that's a part of our responsibility. And then I think in the best case scenario, we find those people who we feel can help us and lead us as their disciple. And so it's a really neat process and a good idea. It does require some investment that a lot of times people are not willing to make. And that's the whole thing with the idea of contrasting that to discipleship, is that discipleship is really sort of easy. It's more of a learning experience than it is really maybe becoming an actual disciple. Right. And so we'll be able to talk through some of those things over the next few weeks, leading us up to and through that first part of Lent. It all fits rather well, I think, in leading us into the Lenten season.
We had a great picture of that Sunday with baptism. The beginning of someone's journey to be a disciple. Richard
did a really good job with that, and because we work intentionally to develop theme and thought here. When you hear someone else like Richard, who's baptizing his daughter Macy, refer to the theme process that we've been walking through for the start of the year, it's just one more example of kind of how we teach. In other words, we don't just teach. We don't just try to teach through a 25-minute sermon. We do that through a midweek podcast, or we do it through different things that we do on Sunday.
Continued Bible readings through the week.
Yeah, and so that was really cool that he kind of used that as a point and a really neat observation, for her beginning this new life in Christ. So
she was really excited that the water was warm. Which I think everybody is.
Okay, so that's something that people don't think about.
No.
That typically
not until you get in.
baptistry areas don't have heating and air conditioning.
No, they are the coldest areas of the church.
But I never thought about that until this Sunday.
Oh,
well, actually, this Friday when I called Mike Hale, I said, "Hey, can you help us out? I've got some other things going."
It's cold up there.
And he goes, "Yeah, I've already got a heater up there." I go, "Oh my goodness, yeah."
It's a cold area for sure. My mother-in-law was baptized in one of the Great Lakes, the one by Ohio, whichever one that is.
Ooh.
And I can't imagine that. Surely that was cold too.
Yeah.
There's no heater on the Great Lakes.
Well, and someone commented as I saw her come in that she has her long pretty hair.
It's going to stay wet the whole time.
Wet and cold, but man, it was a great day. And really proud of our worship band and the progress that they're making and in leading us. And so Matthew and the band has done a really good job. And there's some things going on there that Matthew has kind of brought to us that we had not had in our experience before. I think for those that really listen and pay attention to worship bands, you can pick up on some of the nuances to the changes that have been made. If you don't, then it's just music to you. But
if you don't, then you're me.
Yeah. So, well, I'm appreciative to Matthew for filling in for this period of time. He'll be filling in at least until Memorial Day weekend, and we've not worked past. We'll have a couple of meetings this week where we kind of clarify that and push this further down the road. But
I don't think you need to tell him outside of this podcast that you appreciate him. Let's see if he watches the podcast. I told the church council that there's times where we drop names just to see who's watching.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
This is true, and as strange as it is, I went back to reporting our media numbers in my report this week, and
those were big numbers.
I was a little surprised.
I was too.
Yeah,
I thought it was a misprint.
Well, and anyways, I won't get off into some of that. In talking to someone from other churches and other church staffs that don't do that, much larger churches, you kind of go, well, golly, it's not that hard, but. Anyways, we're glad to be doing this. Yeah. First of all, Tegan and I are always glad to be able to sit down and visit, and talk a little bit. No coffee today, but we're kind of rushed. We got some other things we got to get
The deacons didn't get coffee last night either.
Well,
so
bless their hearts.
We're right there.
They probably didn't even notice.
No, they did.
Oh, okay.
Have no fear. They'll probably be calling for my removal, just so you know.
Okay.
So,
Removal.
in fact, in the transfer from deacons to church council, one of them, Stan Tucker, said, "Is there at least coffee up there at church council?" I said, "Nope." As I'm carrying my cup of coffee that I had made for myself at home.
Oh my goodness!
But I came up right before Stacy had surgery. I stayed home with her till the last minute. Came right before, but I made me coffee to bring up here. So They definitely missed you. It's kind of like you never want a preacher to outshine you while you're gone. I didn't want to make coffee because then they'll look forward to you being back, and they will.
They know we're a good team.
They do.
Yeah. And I think they kind of like us. I'm not sure.
I hope so.
We'll see.
Because
we'll see if they've listened to all the way to the end of this podcast. That's what we'll do.
That's true. I like it.
All right. Hey, look forward to seeing you on Sunday. It's going to be really good. Good time of worship. A good time to start a series, a new series of thought. I'm a little energetic because I haven't been doing that for about 3 weeks, so I'm ready to rock and roll. Look forward to seeing you. If you can't be there on Sunday, be sure to check us out online.
See you at 10:30.